My name is Ahmad Kuumba Braxton Jones. Over my lifetime, I've been arrested at least 30 times. I began stealing probably in the second or third grade. By ninth grade, I was selling cocaine. By 16, stealing cars. 17, committing robberies. By 18, I was headed to prison with a child on the way. Even after my release from prison, I still struggled with breaking the law and then battling with alcohol and self-medication. Through an 8-year period, I caught 6 DUIs. Hello, my name is Ahmad Kuumba Braxton Jones. I'm a college graduate with a major in sociology and a minor in political science. I've studied 1 year of Master's of Public Administration at the University District of Columbia. And I've also studied law with the Charles Hamilton Houston Institute at Georgetown Law Center. I've been elected to office 2 times in Washington, D.C. I've ran for council member 2 times. I've debated with Marion Barry. I've taken young people to see Barack Obama when he was on his presidential run. I've registered over thousands of people to vote, and I've employed hundreds of young people in Washington, D.C. I'm sharing this information because God has given me grace. I recently walked across the country from Washington, D.C. to California. Rather, trekked across the country, walking over 1,500 miles with a backpack and a tent, praying, hoping that my people will be free. And now here we are. We have a virus, a coronavirus, where people are quarantined at home. The TVs don't change our lives. The cars don't change our lives. The material things are starting to see that we work so hard for and that we seek are not the essence of our existence. So because God has given me so much grace, it is my obligation to share what could be the kingdom of God here on this earth, especially in the African American community, where we are suffering financially and morally. This can be a time of freedom if we can heal from our wounds. And our wounds stem from slavery, how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, and how many of my young men go about attempting to gain wealth. There was a Million Man March back in the 90s, and that was a beautiful time. Brothers were saying, hello, I love you, are you okay? It was all love. And I think that we need that right now. I need to think about that unity right now, because that's the only way we're going to survive. That's the only way we're going to get businesses, and that's the only way that we're going to truly overcome the situation that we've been put into in America. You see, we came here on ships against our will and slowly got more and more rights. Now we have all the rights that we need to survive. However, we're not unified. We have smart doctors, we have lawyers, but we do not have people that are on the street connecting with the people that can intervene when negative things happen. Now is the time to unify and organize. Now is the time to think about your financial freedom. We have all these challenges and dance challenges and broom challenges. What if you have a challenge for 5 young brothers or sisters to say, look, I love you. I won't rob you. I won't steal from you. And I won't covet your wife or your husband. And you open up a bank account together. Just 5. And everybody gets a basic job or better. And you save $1,000 a month for 5 months. You have $25,000. And normally when you get that amount of money in cash, $25,000, a bank will be happy to give you $25,000 to match it. That's $50,000. And then you find you a building. And then you put something on the shelves. That takes unity and love. And that's what we need in our community. We need love for the kids that we decide to create. We need love for our partners that we decided to be faithful for. And we also have to show love to the people who have brought us to this country. We can't blame anybody anymore. This country has a great foundation, but you have to use it. But if we're too busy worrying about how we look, worried about what we're driving, worried about all these material things, we're not going to have the time to sit and love and plan and organize. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with private property. I like nice things. I have nice things. But it's not more important than how I act and how I raise my kids and how I treat somebody. I'm in Detroit. I have so many liquor stores around me. And you can't even use a bathroom. I can't find spinach in a whole mile area. There's a lot of incongruities to where people are taking our money and we're getting very little in return. Not even to say respect. So during this time, we have a choice to see if we want to organize, come together, and grow. We have a chance to realize if you're stuck in a certain city where there's not a lot of land to where, you can migrate somewhere to where you can afford a house of your own as opposed to paying rent all your life out of force. Unity and love is the only way we're going to really overcome and be free. And as an African American, it is time for us to become financial free in this country. And this is not anything against anybody else, any nationality or any race. But this is about love and thinking outside of the box. When I was walking across the country, I would go be in the back rows of Kentucky, and I could see an Indian family owning a gas station, a store. Because they're not tied to where they were from or where they were born. They're looking for their freedom, which in America, you can chase the dream. But we need to trace a morality dream, an educational dream. All the kids in Washington, D.C. should know states and capitals and countries. You have so many embassies there. In Ward 7 and Ward 8 in Washington, D.C. can get so much money off a go-go carnival like they do in the islands. You put the bands on the trucks. The kids make the costumes all year round. You have food vending. I know Trayon White would be open to that. In Detroit, Michigan, all the kids, especially in the inner city, they should know Arabic. Because many of the people that we spend our money with are Arabic. And so why should, as an African American, people can speak a different language in front of me and take my money, and I can't do the same? So while we're sitting back and have this time to think, we have a choice to change. I changed my life. God has given me grace in my life. This is beyond me. I can't speak on all the miracles that I've seen and witnessed. And even if you don't want to put it on a spiritual realm, which I am, it's still time for change. It's time to heal. It's time to think about the people that are in prison. It's time to think about all the ones that have died and live our lives not in vain. We're not here to just go to work and pay rent. We're here to enjoy this kingdom in front of us. We're here to take care of this land. So I'm going to be the first one to get the Starting 5 challenge. I'm going to get 5 guys and we're going to work for 5. I got a house in this house, my building right now that I'm getting together, renovating. It's going to be a home for whoever wants to work and get this money. But we have to do it together. And when you have more, you got to give more. When I had my young people, I let them drive the car. I let them touch and feel it. because it's just a material thing. We need to share with those who don't, and we need to be in the places where the less fortunate are and share the knowledge. And that's one of the biggest things and reasons why a lot of nonprofits and schools aren't as effective, because we need more educated and elected officials on the block, on the street to talk. And that's what I do, because God has chosen me, because I've been through all that. I've suffered, you know, but I've been given so much grace. And it's time. My name is Ahmad Kuumba Braxton Jones.